Next up is a speech that will mean a lot. Anybody that knows this class of 2022 should know this person. She looms large in all of our lives, as her inspiration looms large in hers. From an hello to a door hold, it is her inspiration. If it is her inspiration that led her to this kindness, we should all thank this person. Without further ado, I am proud to introduce Murathimie Daisley.
What do you think about when you hear the word inspiration? According to the Oxford Dictionary, inspiration is the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something, especially to do something creative. An inspiration has the power to influence and impact your character, actions, and outlook on life. For me, my 17-year-old brother Mwendwa is my inspiration. Through his spirit, ability, and wisdom, he continues to influence and impact who I am and who I want to become. I'm so grateful for that. My family's story began in 1995 when my mom met my dad at Penn State. At the time, my dad was finishing his master's degree and beginning his PhD while my mom was just completing her PhD. They both came to America to study, my dad from St. Vincent and the Grenadines and my mom from Kenya. The challenges they endured and triumphantly overcame throughout their academic careers and then adapting to a new country is what shaped our family. A couple years later, my parents got married at State College in 2001. Mwendwa is my 17-year-old brother. He was born in Camillus, New York on January 10th, 2005, to my parents Nyambura and Sean. He then moved to Oregon with my mom for 18 months as my dad commuted between Oregon and Pennsylvania for his job. In November of 2007, Mwendwa and my mom came to join my dad in Pennsylvania permanently. They moved to the home that I have lived in my whole life. Mwendwa's life as the favorite child was probably great, but short because soon I'd be born. 3 months later, when I was born in February of 2008, my parents recalled that my brother was so scared of me. My parents carefully placed me, who was wrapped in many blankets, in my brother's lap. Mwendwa's face expressed all he thought. A face of concern filled with questions was what was portrayed. "What is this?" he questioned. But after he understood that I was his new sister, he was so careful and gentle with me, and was beyond proud to introduce his friends and family members to his new little sister. This excitement and care exhibited when he was younger is carried through today in the way that Mwendwa treats his friends and family. He's so protective and caring of those in his relationships and helps them in all the ways he can. Mwendwa is even dedicated to people in newer relationships that he's formed, which is something I've always been fascinated by. Just the fact that he can quickly click with someone in a short period of time. Sometimes when asked about my brother and I's different personalities, my dad shares that whenever we'd go to a park or another public setting, my brother would always be the first to go and try to make new friends, while I'd either stay close to my parents or play by myself. My brother has always been like this, a very social and kind kid. Mwendwa is a talented musician, athlete, and student. He grew up with such a keen ear for music, a brilliant talent in sports, and a curious academic mind. He always had and continues to have great intentions. Mwendwa finds interest in many things, but he's especially drawn to soccer, basketball, the humanities, and music. His curious and quickly adaptive mind are perfectly fit with his interests. In 2019, Mwendwa entered Choate Rosemary Hall, and we were all so proud of him. He enjoys it there as it is such a unique experience. There, Mwendwa is exposed to new ideas, ways of thinking, and opportunity while retaining and shaping his own identity. He's able to use his gifts to enrich his high school experience. My brother Mwendwa is my inspiration because of his unrelentless caring spirit, his exceptional abilities, and his wisdom beyond his years. As said before, if you know Mwendwa, you know how much of a social and charismatic person he is. He always lightens up the room, even if he himself is not really feeling that great either. Especially throughout the past 2 years, my brother has gone through some really difficult things, socially, mentally, and emotionally. Experiences that we all eventually will have to go through, but it is especially hard when you are away from your family and stable support for the majority of your teenage years. He has truly used his spirit to guide him through these hardships and make him a better student, athlete, and person in the end. This is something I am incredibly proud of him for. Even with all of this going on in his life, in any frustrating situation or issue, Wendo is quickly able to craft a joke or phrase that lightens everyone's mood. He radiates confidence, kindness, and humility. These are 3 key parts of his spirit that I truly aspire to emulate. When I think of Wendo's abilities, I think of 2 words: powerful and unique. Not only is Wendo a phenomenal athlete and curious student, but he is also an extremely talented musician. To have such a wide range of skills and to be able to do everything he does with proficiency is something I find rare and amazing. Quick and creative on the field, risk-taking and inquisitive in the classroom, and a natural in the music studio, I find it adequate to say that Wendo is a very gifted individual. What inspires me most about his ability is that he uses it for good. As an athlete, sportsmanship is a huge part of him. As a student, being a kind class member is very important. And as a musician, internalizing the music and researching the motive and drive of each piece is something he never skips out on doing. Wendo's widespread ability and skill are a huge part of why he inspires me. To have wisdom is to have understanding of what is true, right, or lasting. Wendo has always had wisdom that is hard to conceptualize when you consider his age. I've observed that when he talks amongst his classmates, friends, or teachers, they genuinely listen to what he has to say or contribute in a discussion. He has often been the friend that others come to for advice. The fact that Wendo has the wisdom that he has, that he has the ability to articulate what he's thinking, is something that is sincerely inspiring to me. Wendo means so much to me. I've been fortunate to have a lot of inspirations in my life, like my friends, my teachers, my coaches, teammates, and especially my parents. But with Wendo, because we grew up together, I've had a front row seat in his development and what has truly made him Wendo. He teaches me how important it is to strive to have a caring spirit, to be confident in my ability, and to be thoughtful about topics surrounding me to develop wisdom and understanding. To me, it's inspiring seeing someone who I've grown up with have success and positively influence others. As I'm reflecting on Wendo and the impact that he has on my life, a question comes to mind that I think was well posed by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He said, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" Through his spirit, ability, and wisdom, Wendo has inspired me to work hard to be able to start to answer that question as I move forward to a newer chapter in my life. Thank you. Thank you. I'll now be taking questions and feedback. Abby? The question was, why was The Rock not my inspiration? He just doesn't want me to talk about him a lot, so. Taylor? Sorry? My dad has a degree in satellite engineering, and my mom has it in, I think, something in science. It's something in science. I don't know what it's exactly called. Lion? Wendo is the first person I thought about when thinking about it. Yeah. Mr. H? One does, but yeah, he is. He's the best player and musician. So, yeah. Well, oh yeah, Abby. Right. The question was, is he a sweet or salty person, and does that connect with his personality? I think he's a sweet person. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming today. There are two people folks we need to thank, our two presenters, Murathimie and Kyla. Can we give one more? And then there are two more people we need to thank that, as far as I know, have gotten 0 credit online or in person for all the work that they've done. Can we give a round of applause for Ms. Coffey and Mr. Lee? Go backstage. They have collectively done hours of work to put this all together. So again, thank you all for coming out online, in person. I hope you have a great rest of your day.